So for this new module, of course, we have a new module here. The new module is called Agile Development. So if I go again and I go to your class repo, voila. Daniel, I've already added you to, I'm sorry, Roman, I've already added you to the class repo. So if you go to home, the first module, which was the workflow, we studied a little bit about Git and GitHub, how you can work individually and in a group. And we learn also some Git command. We also learn how to write a simple README, .md, markdown simply. And yep, that's simply it was. For the second module, we have something called Agile Development. Now, Agile Development is really not requiring from you to code. I'm requiring from you to learn how to plan for a project. So it's quite important. It may look a little bit theoretical, but in reality, it's super important. So what is Agile Development? Let's go here. Voila. So what is Agile Development? Here it's telling us Agile Development is an iterative approach. What do I mean by iterative approach? Of course, that's a scientific definition. So the project management and software development to help team deliver value to their customer. Simply, Agile Development it's a method. It's a method to develop a software. If I ask you to build any website or any software, you cannot just simply come and open your VS Code and try to code just like that. That's not possible. Even if you just come and open your VS Code and try to code the project, it will not work. Why? Because in general, creating a website or a software is quite complex task. So the best way to solve a complex problem, what it will be? What do you think it will be the best way to solve a complex problem? So that's complex problem. How can I solve?
Divide in small problems.
Exactly. So the easiest and the best way is divided into smaller problem or smaller issue, as you can see. And voila. And now here, what I can do here, because this complex problem has been divided into smaller problem, I can come and start working on this small problem, which will be easier to solve. And that is, so I will start with the smallest issue. Then after that, this one, and this one. And by the end, if I solve all this small issue or small problem, it will be the same as solving the complex problem. Is the idea of Agile development is clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Let's complete here. Now, normally in software development, we used to have a way called waterfall. Now, not a lot of people using waterfall anymore. Most of the teams and most of the companies are using Agile. But what's the difference between the two? To understand really why Agile is important, we need to understand what is waterfall. So before Agile, it was like that. If I want to build any software, first I need to know what is the requirement. Okay, I'm going to build a website, or tell me what will be the title, what will be the content, how many pages do I need? So I need to know first all the requirement. What do I need to do? And the second step, after I know all the requirement here, I will start designing my website or my app. And then after I finish designing, I will start developing here. That means I will start coding. I will code everything. And when I finish with everything, I'm going to test my application or my website. And then after the test, if I don't have any issue, I don't have any bugs, I'm going to deploy my website. And after that, I will maintain it. Maintain it, that means if any bug appear later on, I need to fix it, simply like that. Again, so in waterfall, the old way to build any application or any website, first I need to know what's the requirement. So I need to ask the people asking me or requiring from me or my boss or my colleague, whatever. Okay, what do you want? What are the requirements? What do you want the website to be? What will be the title? How many pages do I need? What should I write? It will be about what, and so on and so on. So first I need to know all the requirements for my website. After I know all the requirements, I will start to design my whole website, all of it together. After that, when I have the design, I will start coding. And here I will code all the website, all of it. And when I'm done with developing my website or my application, I will start testing. And here, when the test pass, I don't have any bugs, I can deploy it. Deploy it means make it online available to the client. And of course, after that, I will maintain it. By maintain it, I mean if any bug appears, after that, I need to fix it. So I need to fix this bug and keep my website or my application working. If I go to agile development here, agile does not work really like a waterfall. So as I told you, agile here, instead of at first I will know all the requirement, but I'm not gonna just start. I can design also. So I'm starting same idea here. I will know all the requirement. I can start designing. But here, when I come to coding, I will not code all my website or all my application at one time. What I'm going to do here, I'm gonna divide my application into a smaller part, and then I will try to solve this smaller part. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's go here. So what I'm going to do first, I will know what's the requirement here, what they want from me, what will be the title, how many pages do I need, what will be the content, should I add any images or not. So I need to know all the requirement here. That's fine. Then I will start designing my website here. But when it comes to development, I'm not going to develop the whole website or the whole application at once. I will start with a smaller part, and then I will code this smaller part. I'm going to test it. I'm going to deploy it. See if everything is okay and done. Then I will move to the second part of the problem. Same idea. I know I will try to design it. I try to develop it, code it. I'll test it. I'll deploy it, and so on. I will move to the next. To the next part of my website. So to make it very simple here, the waterfall does not require you. So the waterfall so that's my website here. It's just the waterfall. First, I need to know what's the requirement. Then I'm start with the design, but then I will start coding, but I'm gonna code the whole website together. In agile development is not the case. In agile development, I will start working on very small parts here, as you can see. So I'm gonna start working on this part here. I know the requirement. I'm gonna design it. I'm gonna write my code. I'm gonna test it. And if everything is okay, I'm gonna deploy it. Then I'm gonna move to the second part here or the second issue here. Same idea. I will try to design it, understand the requirement, try to design it, code it, test it. If everything is okay, I'm gonna deploy it, and so on and so on and so on. Do you see the difference between waterfall and agile development?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now my question for you, why do you think agile development is better than the waterfall? What are the advantages? So if you already know how each one is work here, we are working the whole website at once. Here we are working, so we know the requirement, we know the design. After that, we are working on the whole code together, then we are testing it, then we are deploying it. Here, no, we are just dividing our website into smaller part, and then I'm gonna start with the small part here. I know what's the requirement. I'm gonna start designing. I'm start coding. I'll test it. Then I'm gonna deploy it. Then I'm gonna move to the second part here. So can anyone tell me what are the advantages?
Yeah, I think that if something went wrong, you can fix it immediately. But when you build the whole project, you need to rebuild whole website.
Very good. Very good. So the problem with the waterfall here, I am building the whole website at once. That means even if I have a smaller bug here, very small bug, my website or my application is not going to be working. So I will need to go mostly, I will try to find the bug here, and I may go through the whole website to find this bug because I'm coding the whole website. I'm developing the whole website at once. And even if I have a very small bug here, my website will not be working. Now with Agile, it's quite different because this part here, when I'm developing this part, I'm quite sure I'm testing it, everything is okay, I'll deploy it. This one here, it will be separated. This one, it will be separated. This one, it will be separated. So even if I have a bug, I will know exactly where the bug is. So probably the bug, let's say I have a bug here. That means the bug is very specific. I know that's my bug in this feature here on this small part. But when I would come to the waterfall, it will be really difficult because I'm building the whole website at once. Is the idea clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one of the advantages of Agile. Okay, now Agile normally is divided into something we call it sprint. And does anyone know what sprint means? What's sprint?
Like when you run,
Like what?
When
like
you're
when you're
running.
running fast,
No.
progress. Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
this case, it's an iteration, usually a week or two.
Exactly. So a sprint is a time duration. So sprint here
Yeah.
is a time duration. Normally in most companies, 2 weeks. So When we come to build the software here, the project manager or the team leader is coming here. Okay, we are in sprint 1. We have 2 weeks. We have 20 issues. Let's say he's already dividing the project into two. So our complex project, first we created 20 issues, and then after that I will assign it to my colleagues, and after that at the end of this sprint here, I'm expecting to finish this 20 issue or 20 ticket. When we are done with this sprint here, we will be moved to sprint 2, which will be a different issue, because already in sprint 1 we try to fix or try to solve a specific number of the issue. So sprint number, normally it's just a duration, it's time duration. It's normally 1 or 2 weeks depending on the company. Is the idea clear? Yes? No?
Yes.
Great. Now, of course, to learn really agile development, you need to build a project to know how agile works. So for this project here, I will give you already the code. You don't have to worry about the code. What you need to worry about is the planning part. So I've already wrote the step here for you. So what the step is being do. Now I'm gonna try to do the all about tree with you here. I will make it very quick, or maybe I can show you after that. I will divide you into group and you need to discuss about this project. So we have for this week, it's 1 week, of course, we have 3 projects to do, all about trees. It's a very simple website. We have Loraki, it's also a very simple website. And then Hacker Future will try to reverse engineering Hacker Future. What do I mean by that? Well, if you go to Hacker Future, so that's the website here, you will be trying to duplicate or replicate, or what we call reverse engineering of this website here. You can do it in 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages. We will discuss about it later. But anyways, that's the 3 projects you need to do. Okay, so what will be the steps? So the first step here to do any project here, we will use a template. Please, all of you use the same template here. So we were gonna use this template to create a new repo. So let me try to go to the template here. I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna copy the step here. So just to go to them. Then what I can do, I can put this one here. So that will be your template here. The template called HTML and CSS template, as you can see. Voila. So what I'm going to do after I'm having this template, well, I need to create a repo from this template. What should I name the repo? Well, depending on the name project here. So what I can do here, I can just say, for example, group 1 or group 2 or group 3, all about trees, for example. Agile development, all about trees. Or maybe I can just name it all about trees. So let's click on this one. Let's use this template. Let's create a new repo. I will create the repo here on my class organization, which will be 2025. Where is it here? And I can name it group 3 or group 1 or group 2, whatever, dash all about trees. Voila. So I'm just gonna give it any name here. I know we already have group 3, so I'm gonna change it, make it group 5. So we don't have any duplicate. After that, I need to make my repo public, create, voila. So I will have the repo here now after that, which will create. Now, what do I need to do after that? Of course, you need to do some setting here. So if we go back again to this one here, I need to add collaborator and I need to give them the right access, just like we did last week. I need to turn on discussions. So what are discussions? So voila. So discussions here, if I go to setting and I move a little bit here, it was here the discussion. Click, 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 click. We have something called discussions here. So I need to check these discussions. When I check discussions and I refresh my page, notice here I have a new tab here. So normally we use the discussion if you have any idea about the project, if you have any question about the project, if you have a question and answer. So for example, let's say I have here just a general or maybe an idea. No, okay, a question and answer here. I will click on here. It will be question and answer. And what I'm going to do here, category name, question and answer, describe. What I'm going to do here, I can just say, hey guys, what is our project definition, for example? Voila. Voila. Just click on this one and I will save the changes. And yeah, it look like new discussion. So you just click on new discussion here. Let's click on that. And here you need to write a title again. What is the, let's see, what is the project? Let's say backlog, for example, or something like that. So here you can write some more description if you want to. It's just like an issue here. But the advantage here, I need to write something here. Click. But the advantage here now we all can come to this to discuss this problem here. What is the project backlog here? So you can all your colleague can come to this discussion and can discuss about this specific issue here. Do you know now what is discussions? Yeah. Yes. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. After I turn on discussion, what should I do here? I need to turn on GitHub pages. So all I have to do here, I need to go to setting, pages, and here it's none. I need to check it. I need to make it main, and then I need to save it. In a few minutes later, I will have a link. So let's go to the second step or the other step. I need to protect my main or my master branch. How can I protect my main or master branch? Any idea?
You can go to branches.
Yes, I can go to
Rules.
rule set. And here I can just add a new rule set. I can just say main rules or whatever. You can just add any rule you want to. And here I need to add the target, which will be including the default branch. And what's important for me here, it's require a pull request before merging. So I will not allow anyone just to push the code to the main branch, as I told you. I will require them to send a pull request, and it needs to be approved at least by one colleague. I check this one here because when the pull request is open and I make some changes, I push my changes. Here's the pull. I want the pull request to be updated to the latest. And when I come here, well, I just need to create. Voila. So that's how we protect our main branch here. After I protect my main branch, Roman, maybe it will be a bit difficult for you, but do not worry. I mean, we'll repeat it again with you and with your teammate.
Okay.
Okay. Click. I've done that. So now here, after I've done all of that, I add my colleague, I've done everything. I need to start with the first point here, which is the project definition. Okay, before doing that, of course, I'm gonna click on this one. I'm gonna come here. Now, I need to create a project board, but you already have a project board, right? You don't really need to create a project board because if we go here for you, click on that. As you can see, you already have a project board, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So don't create a new project board. Please use the same. For this class here, I'm gonna use this one here and I will name it group 5. That's just for me. I can just say group 5. And well, save. So as you can see, you already have your project board, which is great. Now let's go to continue. Let's go to our repo. Voila, click on that. And now I already have a project board, which is great. Now I need to start to creating issues. But before creating issues, I need to discuss with my colleague. Okay, what would you think the project will be? So we need to agree on what the project will be. So the first issue, it will be add project definition here. So it will be a normal issue. And here I need to add a project definition. So you may tell me, what is project definition? I'll tell you what's the project definition now. So the project definition here, I will assign it to one of the colleagues. For now, I will assign it to myself. The label here, I can just add MD, for example. I don't have any MD. I can create MD, or I can just create a new label and name it planning, because what we are doing here, actually, it's a planning. So what we can do here, let's create the issue first. We'll create our issue. Very good. After we create our issue now, what we can do, we can just go to issue again. We can create a new label. And in here, we can create a new label and we can just, you can, if you want, you can create a label for definition and everything, or you can just create one issue or one label and name it planning, like that. Planning. I need MD as well. Click. MD. And of course, after the MD, I will need to have, because this project also include HTML and CSS, I need to have HTML. You will not be writing any HTML, it's ready for you. But because I'm using HTML, I need to create HTML tag here and CSS as well. Voila, I think those should be enough for me. So what was the first issue here? Add project definitions, that's quite fine. I need to add a label. So what will be here? It will be the planning. So project definition, all of it is part of the planning here. What is the type? I'll just keep it. I need to add to the project board. My project board here is group 5. Your project board, it will be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So you need to search for your project board here. So for me, I'm gonna add it to group 5 here. And voila, after that, yeah, I don't need to add any milestone or anything. I'm just moving it to do. And voila, that should be enough. So we created our first issue or our first ticket, which is add project definition. But first we need to understand what the project definition are. What do you think the project definition is? So what do you think the project definition is?
Maybe it's a list of requirements.
It's simply what is the project about. So if you're gonna build a website, well, I mean, you need to know what this website it will be about. Will it, for example, it will be about football statistic, let's say? Will it be a game? Will it be, for example, let's say it will be like a pharmacy online? I need to know what the project to work on. So we all in the team need to understand first the project definition is what type of project we're gonna work on. So what is the project about? Everyone in the team need to know what the project about. Because if you don't know what project is about, how can you build the software? It doesn't make sense. I'm coming to build a website and I don't know the website about what. It doesn't make any sense. I need to know exactly what is my project about. Okay. Now, the first project I told you, it will be all about trees. So what I can do here, I already have the HTML, so I'm going to copy the HTML for now. You don't have to do that for now. I just want to show you the project here. Actually, maybe I can just use, let's see if there's any preview in the previous classes. Click on that. All about trees. Yes, click. Click. No, I don't have any. All about trees. Click. No topic for them as well. Just give me a second. Also nothing. Did I change something? Not sure. Okay, they don't have the project maybe. So what I can do here, I just want to show you the project first. Of course, you already have the code. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me go in here, Agile development. Let me go to deliverable. And if I click on the first project, which will be all about trees, if I scroll down here, I already have the index.html and the style.css. So let me copy the index.html. Voila, I'm going to go to my VS Code, and here I need to create index.html like that. Voila. I will add the code here. So the code is written for you already, which is good. And for the style here, I need to have style.css. So let me copy the name here. It's styles actually, not style. Voila. Let's copy this one. And let's create styles.css. It's pasted here. Of course, you already have live server. So if you don't have a live server, you can go to VS Code extension and just type live server, and voila, live server here, this extension. Okay, when I have live server, I will right click on this one. I will open in live server. When I open it in live server here, it will show me the website here. Of course, I don't have the image. I need to find the image, but that simply, it will be the website. It's quite very simple. It's not a complex website here. We try to find the image here. So let's go to assets. Maybe I have the image here. Nope. Let's go to group 3. Well, it looks like they don't have the image. Neither of them have the image. What about trees? They just click on this one. Oh, well, so that's the image here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to download the image. I'll share it on Slack with you. And what I can do here now, I can go here. Voila. Click on download. And that's the happy tree. So I'm going to just copy it. Click on here. It's in Happy Future. It's in front end and it's in test. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just add the image here. Just like that. And now, because I have the image here, let's go to our live server again and try to see if it will work. Till it doesn't work, because probably the image link is not correct. So let's try to correct it. So it must be in assets. So let's put it in assets. Let's create a folder, assets here, click. Voila. Let's go in here. Voila. So that will be your project. It's quite simple. This project here, I will give you already the HTML and CSS. Also, I will give you the image, but your job, you need to do the planning here. Okay, that's our website. That's the demo here. What do you think this project about? So what do you think this project about?
About trees.
What about trees?
It's not commercial
Yeah.
website. It's informational like Wikipedia, and I see we have 4 pages. 4. So it's a very simple website. We don't need a contact form or something difficult.
No. The website is simple for a reason, because I'm not focusing on the code now. I'm focusing on the planning. So this week here, you will not focus a lot about coding here. I don't want that, because next week and the week after we'll study HTML, CSS, and after that JavaScript. What I want from you now to focus on the planning. That's why the website is quite simple. That's why I give you already the code. But that's not my question. My question is, what do you think the website it will be about? So it's about tree, yes, but are they selling trees here, or are they talking about some scientific stuff about trees? Or because also, yes, it's about trees, but it could be 100 different subjects. Again, my question, what do you think the project about?
It's
It's
about
about
trees,
saving
but
trees.
about specifically planning.
That's all that.
One by one, guys, so I can understand again. Yes.
It's
What do
about
you think?
saving trees, not just about trees.
Let's see how the tree will work. So this has been a tough question. My colleague and I said now last week spent 45 thinking about it. Still, we have nothing. Since we didn't have something to figure out the best experts could find. Very interesting diagram, very article, very video. So what they're trying to do here, they're trying just to how to save trees, really. So they're just trying to build a website to save trees. So that's the subject, that's the project definition. And of course, everyone needs to know that the project definition here is just trying, it is about tree, but mostly it's about how to save trees. So it's related to saving trees. Why? Because it will benefit the environment. So what now, after I know, okay, that's my demo, I know what's my project definition. What should I do? What should I do?
Divide the project into small steps.
Yes, so now I need to add my project definition. So let's
Planning.
click on this one. Voila. This one here, add my project definition. Okay, so that's fine. So my project definition here, should I create my project definition? How can I start? I'm not starting yet, by the way. How could I start? What should I do now? I want
Need
to
to
write.
discuss with your teammates first.
Let's imagine I've added my teammate here. I've added my collaborator. Now I want to add a project definition. I want to
Right.
add something to the code. What should I do?
Make a repo, new repo.
Well, I've created the repo already. I just need to clone it first.
You
So
write
what I'm
this
going,
in README, maybe?
yes, but first I need to clone the repo.
Yeah, you
I
need
did
to
not
clone it.
clone the repo yet, right?
Yeah.
So what
And
I'm
after
going,
that, you create a separate branch for
You're
this
right.
issue.
so let me clone the repo here. Okay. I'm gonna delete those which is here after that. So let's just say git clone. So to clone any repo, Roman, try to remember the command get clone. Get clone is I should just make a copy. Voila. If I say get clone now, it will copy my repo. That's my repo here. Am I inside my repo? Am I inside my repo?
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
Let's go inside my repo. Voila. Now I am inside my repo. What will be the first step I should do? What is the first step?
Git install?
Us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I need to check if I have package.json. Yes, indeed, I have package.json. So I need to say npm install. Why npm install? Because when I say npm install, npm, it will go to a package.json and it will find all the dependency and dev dependency and it will install them. So I need to do that on main. Voila. After I did that, now I need to create a branch, of course. So voila, I've created this one. Let's create my branch. What do you think the name of, before creating the branch, we need to agree on the naming convention for the branch. What do you think the best naming convention it will be for our branch? How can we name our branches?
Kebab case.
Kebab case, perfect. So what we can do here, I can now start creating my branch. So what will be the command? Get checkout
-b.
minus B and the name of my project, which will be project definition. So I'm using kebab case, as you can see, project definition here. Click. Now I am inside project definition. That's great. So I've created my first branch and project definition, which is super great. Now of course, my branch is about project definition. I've already created issue for it, which is great. So if I click on this one, where is it?
Yes,
Voila. If I go here, I have my issue, which is great. But now I need to know where to add my project definition. So where should I add my project definition? Let's go here. Where normally we add our project definition? Where should we add our project
Main
definition?
readme.
Readme.
Voila. So we go here. That's the main readme. I will click on this one. I can preview it, of course, so I don't make any mistakes. I can make my VS Code a little bit smaller. So here, that's the name here. So I need to add the name of the project, and here I add my project definition here. Voila. I will not change all of that for now. So the first step here, I just need to add project definition. So my project, it will be all about trees. So I can just say the name here, all about, should be lowercase, all about, what the hell happened? All about trees. Voila. I've added the title here. After that, I need to add a short description for my project here. And I can just say it is a simple website about what? About saving trees. Voila. So I can add a little bit more, but that should be enough for me. So what I'm going to do is, as a first step for project definition, of course, we need to work in planning. The whole team need to work together. There is no, you need to do that, you need to do that. No, everyone need to get it. So you will be discussing and one of you will be typing. So it's all about trees here, simple website about saving trees and some scientific facts about trees. Because to save trees, of course, we need a little bit science. If I don't have science, how can we save the trees? Scientific. No. Scientific. Better. Voila. Okay, now I've added my project title. I've added my project definition. What should I do after that? I'm okay with it, of course, because we are working all of it at the same time. So we all agree on that. That's perfect. I've reviewed it. It's quite nice. What should I do?
Push your data.
Very good. So now here I need to push my code. How can I push my code?
First, you need to make
Get
a
add,
commit.
get add first.
Before I do that, do I have need to check?
Okay,
Do I have
test,
any script?
check first.
So
Check.
Git
so
status.
what?
Get format, or get RMB format.
Relax.
Uh,
Guys, before doing adding my code, do I need to run any script to make
yeah,
sure my code is working or
yeah,
not?
npm run format
I will do npm run.
format first.
Just a second. npm run format. We'll run it. npm run format check. So I need to run all these checks. I'm not gonna do all of them to save time, but for you, you need to run all of them. So here we have lent ls md. You already know all of that. It just format your code. It checks that your code is formatted well. Spell check in case you have any unknown word. Lent ls and md, that's about md to make sure that you're writing a good md according to the requirement here. So we have some rule for a markdown just to make sure that you are following the rule. Validate HTML, it will try to validate your HTML in case you have any problem, it will tell you. Accessibility, that means it will try to check if all your images and all your links are accessible. That means the links are correct or not. That's fine. That's okay. Lend CSS, it will try to lend your CSS. So what you need to do here, you need to run all this code quality check. I'm not going to do that, but you need to do that. After that, I can just say get status now to check what I have changed. Make sure just only to add your changes. Only add your changes. So I can just say after that, get what? Get add.
Get add and the name for your MD file.
Yes, but now here I have only one changes and I know it's my changes, so I can go with dot. Yeah, because I know it's my changes. If I say get status again, now it is in green. What's that supposed to mean? It's in green? What it means?
It's
already added to staging.
It has been added to the staging area. Now I need to commit it.
Commit it.
Get commit, and I need to write a good message here. I can just say add project definition. Voila. Notice here, it should be a sentence here. It should be English sentence. Click, and now what I need to do here, I just need to push my code. So I can just say get push dash set dash upstream, or you can just say get push. That's okay. What's the name of my branch was? It was project definition. Click, deny, voila. It look like, yeah, it looked like it's, I don't know if my code is being pushed or not. So let's go here. What is it? Voila. Okay, now I have the project definition, which is great. Now, what should I do after that?
Accept the pull request.
Compare and pull request. And what I'm going to do here, project definition, why it's not definition. Yeah. Let's go back. Okay, I've done that. Notice here from which branch I'm trying to merge. So I'm trying to merge from project definition to my main branch, which is good. Okay, after that here, what I need to add a reviewer here. Reviewer, it will be your colleague. I need to assign it to myself, of course. The label here, I can just add planning. Why? Because it's project planning. And also I can add MD. So it will be planning and MD. Voila. It's a pull request. I will never add it to the project board. I will never add a milestone. So all I have to do, I can just here and try to create a pull request. Voila. And of course, when I create my pull request, it's very important to check all these checklists, because if you don't check them, that means you did not do them. So I need to check all of those. And here, of course, this validation, it will run to make sure that I did not make any mistakes here. After that, the reviewer will review your code. And of course, I can change, see all the changes. As you can see, that's all the changes I did. The name of my project here, it was like that. I make it all about trees, and I've added the project definition. Let's try to review changes, and I cannot review the changes and add them. So I'm gonna just merge it here. You shouldn't merge it. Your colleague should merge that, but I'm gonna just merge it right here. All failing, click on that. Let MD fragment should be validated, the name of the project. And yeah, I have some problem in my in my readme.md. So the name of, so the problem is here. So all I have to do, I have just to add this one. Voila. I need to add it here like that. All about trees, or maybe can say trees. Let's see. Should be valid. No. How can I cancel this one?
Try to press and discard.
Yeah. So I have general info, the general info table of content, yes. And I need here the project definition. So it's telling me link fragment should be valid. It is valid actually. Okay, so what I can do here, name of the project here, because I don't have name of the project. What I need to do, I need to add this guy here. Okay, now it's happy. So all you need to do, because I've changed this one, that's why it was complaining. I need to add this title here, and then now he's happy. Well, of course, remember that my pull request is still open. Because my pull request is still open, can I make changes or not?
Yes, you can.
Of course I can. Same idea, I will just say get status, because I've added some changes here. I need to add it again. So each time I make changes, I need to do the same get commit. And here I can just say fix or try to update project definition. I can just say update project definition like that and click. And now here, all I need to do, I just need to push my code. Get push and voila. That should be fine. Now here, if I go to my pull request and I just need to refresh for it, after that, I will not have this problem anymore. And I will just try to merge.
But you shouldn't make a new branch before to push your data again.
I should do what?
A new branch, because you make a modification to your data.
No, because my pull request is still open, so I still can work on the same branch. When I merge my pull request, I cannot. My branch is dead. Still open. Now here, I fix this one.
Sam,
Voila.
you didn't connect your pull request to your issue.
You're right. Very good. So what I need to do here, I need to link it to my issue. Absolutely, that's great. And now, when I merge my pull request, now the branch is dead. Muhammad, now the branch is dead. So all I need to do here, I need to come to check all of that. I need to check everything. I'm not gonna do it, but you need to do it. Now I need to move my issue to done. Why? Because I've already merged my pull request and I need to close it. Voila. And the first problem is finished. I will come to the second problem. What is the second problem? Well, I need to add constraint. I'm not gonna do the same. I've just explained the first one. Now we use the same idea, constraint. Before now I do my constraint, I create a new branch for constraint. What should I do? Before I create a new,
you will not make a get pull for the new data.
Exactly. So I need to say get check out what?
Main to main branch.
Main to go to the main branch. And when after I go to the main branch, what should I do? Get pull, because now I have some new changes on main on GitHub, but I don't have them here. Click and voila, and as you can see now I have my changes. I'm on the main. And then here I will start now. After I say get pull, now I can create a new branch, which will be constraint and do the same. So constraint here, we have in the planning. If I click on planning, voila, we have a lot of MD files. So we have something called constraints. I will explain to you what's constraint. So we need to add the constraint. After the constraint, you need to add the communication. I will explain now what communication is as well. After that, you need to add somehow your design. You need to add your backlog. You need to add your development strategy. And you need to add, of course, your user personas. All of them are important. And after you're done, all of that should be done in different branches. And when you are done with all of that, then you will come to your code and try to divide your code into a smaller part. Okay, so what should I do now? Well, I need to know what is the constraint. So let's have a look what are constraints. So constraints simply are what's the restriction. So the restriction for your project. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say I have a project and I have only 1 week time. So the time here this week, it's what we call constraint. That means I cannot go beyond 1 week. Why? Because my project requirement is I have just only 1 week. So that's what we call constraint. So it could be time, it could be money. We don't have any money, for example. We don't have any money, or we don't have any developer, or sub-developer gets sick, they cannot work on the project, and so on. All of those, we call them constraints. So the constraint can be internal and they could be external. What do I mean by that? Internal, that means inside the team, one of my colleagues gets sick, he cannot do it. One of my colleagues does not have internet connection. All of that, that's internal constraint. External, that means it's not related to the team. For example, if I tell you the project is only for 1 week, that's not internal, that's external constraint. Because we cannot control it. It's not related to the team. It's coming here from project management that we have 1 week. Do you know now what are constraints? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, let's just show this one here. Vicky, let's go to the constraint here. There's already a template for constraint here. So all you need to do, you need to fill it. There's a lot of stuff here for you. So if I click on this one, as you can see, constraint, some boundary around our project. So of course, it's being divided into two. Ignore the voluntary here. We don't want voluntary. What we want, just external or internal only. So I just want external and internal. Internal, involuntary, and voluntary, ignore them. I just want internal only. Again, what are external constraints? It could be related to the time, the project time, the deadline here. It could be related to the amount of money we have, because the more money you have, you can hire more developers and so on. So everything not related to the team, we cannot control it. Mostly here, it will be for you, it will be the time or the deadline, because you will have only 1 or 2 days to finish the project. That's what will be the external constraint. Okay, what here are the internal? Well, the internal maybe, I don't know, maybe it will be one of your colleagues gets sick, for example, he cannot work as a project. One of you do not have internet connection, blah, 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 whatever. If you don't have any internal constraint, you can just leave it empty. But of course, you have some external constraint. Why? Because I'm telling you, this project should be done today and tomorrow. So you have only 2 days. And to do 2 days, that's constraint actually. And all you have to do then, as I told you, you need to just write your constraint. Is the idea clear? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
How about
Question.
last one, internal voluntary?
Yes, but I told you, ignore those. I don't want that.
Only one was to ignore, yeah?
Yeah, so what you need to do here, ignore this one, and I just want one thing. I want external and internal only in general. I don't want to divide the internal here. Okay? Voila.
Okay.
You will have it like that. External and internal. If it's related to the team, it will be internal. If it's not related to the team, we cannot control it, it will be external. Cool? Yes?
Cool.
Good. So that's constraint. Okay, after I define my constraint, I created a branch, I define, of course, you need to create an issue for everything, you know that. Before start anything, I need now to create an issue for constraint. I'm not gonna do it, you should do it in your team. So create an issue for constraint, and after that, you need to go to main, do get pull, create a new branch, add the project constraint, you need to discuss about it as a team. And after that, when you agree on everything, you need to run the script in PM run format check everything, then you push your code, and then you make a pull request and so on. Okay, after we define what are of the project constraint, we need to define what communication plan. So what is the communication plan? Of course, the communication plan, if you are working individually, that's mean, if you are working in a project alone, you don't need a communication plan. But if you are working in a team, you need to agree on a few stuff. How are you gonna communicate? So communication, click, and I will click in here. Also, you have template like that. So the idea here in communication plan here, you can define what day and, for example, what day it will be available to meet. For us, of course, we are meeting every day, but if there are a different team here, not all of them, they will be available at the same day. So the day, how, the topic of discussion, what you're going to discuss, for example, project planning, project definition, how we can communicate. Here, what's important really for me, it will be mostly this one here, the availability time, and what tool you're going to use to communicate. For example, we're going to use Slack, we're going to use Discord, we're going to use Zoom, and blah, 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 blah. So the communication plan, again, it's just the day and the topic we need to discuss. So for example, Monday we'll discuss about the project definition and blah, blah. Tuesday, we're gonna discuss about this one and so on and so on. So it's the topic and the day, and after that, it will be the availability of the team, depending on the team. Now for you, all of you available, but sometimes, let's say person 1 is available 2 hours, and the person 2 available 6 hours, and so on. Yeah, what's important here is this one here, which day you are available. You just need to fill it, that's it. Is the idea clear what I'm trying to explain here? So the communication, it will be just some rules, how you can communicate in team. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Good. So after we define the communication plan, let's go back again to this one here. We will have user persona, but before user persona, I need to tell you something important. The order here does matter. It's very important. So the order here is very important. You cannot just go to constraint before the project definition. You need to go step by step. The steps are very important. Okay, project definition, I did it. Constraint, I did it. Communication plan, I did it. Now I need to know what are the user personas. So what are user personas? Well, user personas are like semi-fictional character. So if I click on user personas here, maybe I cannot find any here. If I go to your repo, template repo, I should have something actually. Yeah, but it looked like I have nothing. So, okay, what are user personas? User personas are the category of people who should be interested in your website. Of course, when you create a website, not everyone will be interested in your website. That's not possible. What do I mean by that? Now we are creating a website about how to save trees and some scientific fact about trees. Who do you think it will be interested in this website? Yes? Again?
Farmers.
Again?
Student.
Farmers.
Farmers, yes, farmer is good. Student, yeah, maybe intermediate student. So if I ask a student, please write me an essay about trees and how can we save trees, so it could be interesting. So a student could be interested. Now, yes, a farmer could be interested. What else?
It can be also charity foundation when people can read something about trees, about nature, and can donate some money.
Yeah, so nature defenders. There is some guys which is green nature, some group of people that are really interested in protecting trees. So I can just say tree volunteer or green volunteer or green defender. This group of people are
environmental activities.
Activists, yes. So you're environmental activists. Yes, environmental activists. They could be very interested in this website. So as you can see, those are what we call user personas. User personas are, for you, just define 2 or 3 maximum. Don't define more than 3. You need now to define different category, and this different category, it will be for the people who are interested about your website. Of course, as I told you, not everyone will be interested in your website. So let me just click on here. So yeah, you need to define different category. Of course, this one is a template. So what you can do here, you can just copy this one and paste it here. And here's the rule. So let's start with the first one here. Let me just comment it here so I don't have any problem. So the rule here, let's start first with the environmental activist. I can just say in environmental, or I can just add his name, for example, Jack. And here I can just add environmental activist, something like that. So what I'm going to do, the first step here, I need to add his name and his title here. Bio, so bio will give me some information about this guy here. Well, I can just say Jack is an environmental activist who love and protect trees, something like that. Or green in general, not just trees, something like that. Okay, why is this guy need to come to my website? What will be his goal? What do you think his goal will be? So first, bio, add some information about Jack. That's nice.
Looking
And
for
now I need to know.
solution to protect tree.
Yes, so maybe there will be, I can just say Jack is always want to know more about how to protect trees, something like that, for example. So I will write here why this guy is coming to my website. Well, Jack is always want to learn more, so he's very interested on most of the website related to green and how to protect trees. But frustration, so the frustration here is quite important. Why Jack is coming to my website and does not go to another website? Because I'm quite sure there's a lot of website about protecting trees. So why frustration? Why he will come to my website?
Because
Because I
he
have
always
full data.
build
Yeah, maybe Jack. Let's see, Jack cannot find a simple
solution.
no
Search.
simple info
Simple
about
search, whatever.
trees. All other websites are too complex for him. Too complex for him. What do I mean by that? Well, I can come to this way here, and again, you can come with your own idea. It's fine with me. So what I'm saying here, my approach here, could you please go? My approach here, I will say, okay, Jack, there is a lot of websites, yes, but these websites, they include a lot of complex information. Jack cannot understand this website. My website, it will be quite simpler. It will be easier for any user to use. So what I'm saying here, okay, Jack cannot find a simple info about trees. All the other websites are too complex for him. So because they are too complex, they are too scientific for him, Jack is looking now for a website which will include a little bit more user-friendly information. Did you get, so that's my point here. You can come with your own idea, but what I'm saying here, all other websites complex for Jack, but my website, it will be quite simpler for him. Yes? Cool?
Yes.
Yes, no? Of course, you can come up with your own idea. Now here, the scenario one here, I just need to somehow summarize all of those. So I can just summarize all of them. So I can just say here, Jack is an environmental activist who love and protect green. He always want to defend, to protect, to know more about how to protect trees, stuff like that. So what did I do here? What is the scenario here? Well, the scenario, it will be like simply like a summary. So all of these three here, I just summarize it in this sentence. Voila. And that's what you call a scenario. So that will be my user persona one. Now I need to create another user persona. The second here, it will be John. John here is a he's a student, and this student here, he's tasked to write an essay about trees. So as you can see, the idea here, I need to find different category of people who will be interested on my website. And of course here, my analyze should be logical. I shouldn't come here and I say, for example, Jack is a doctor and he will come to my website. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, some doctor may be interested in my website, but we have more logical user persona. For example, environmental activist is more interested comparing to doctor on my website. Why? Because he's interested in protecting trees. A student who tasked to write an essay about trees will be more interested in my website comparing to another student who study computer science and not interested in trees. You got my point? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we call user personas. Okay, that's nice, but we are not done yet. Now, if I want my user persona to be very nice, there is a website for you. I've already done it here. Click on here. If you go to this website here, you can create your user personas. So let's just refresh again. I don't really want to log in, but here. So I can create my user personas here. As you can see, I can create my image. So just to make them style really nice. I don't want photo. I don't want this one. Skip. And as you can see here, I can create my own user persona. So I can add a name, I can add an image, I can add a bio, frustration, maybe motivation, some age, some information. And after that, I can save here as a PDF. So I can save it in an image. So I can use this website here to create my user personas to make it more professional if I want. Okay, so website is already there for you. So yeah. Yeah, deliverable, all about trees. Yes, but this is plan. Voila. Okay, fine. So we defined our communication plan. We defined our user persona. Now, what do we need to do is, as a website, I need to create my backlog. So what is a backlog? Anyone know what is a backlog? What do you think
It's
the
like
backlog?
a task list we have to do.
Yeah. So the backlog include different user stories. What do I mean by that? Well, as I told you in Agile, if I want to build that software here, I need somehow to divide. I know our website is very simple now, but when it gets complex, you need to know how to divide even a simplest website. So it's a matter of habit. If you can do it now for this simple project, you can do it for complex project. So now I need somehow to divide my project into different parts. What do you think the different part it will be? What do you think that how can I divide it? So indeed.
HTTPS maybe.
So first, maybe I can divide this one into title. So I can take this part here and I can name it title. So the title, it will include only the title here with two images here, two logos here if I want to. If I want, I even can divide the title alone and the logo alone. But for now, let's just keep it this way. I will take the title. So the title here, it will be this text and I have two logo here. Okay, what will be the second part here? This one. What is this one?
Link.
Navigation.
Menu or navigation.
That's navigation bar here. So we call this one navigation bar. What is here? What is this one here?
Content or the
body.
We can name
it.
We can name it showcase.
Section.
Showcase.
Main content.
Or main content, yes. Showcase or main content. We can name this one main content here. The main content, it will be only this one, huh? Only this one. After that, what is that? What are those?
Footer.
Link.
No, there are more links here, more information. Yes. Yeah. What do we call this one here? That's what we call sidebar. So this
sidebar,
one here,
yeah.
sidebar. And here, of course, it will be footer.
Floating?
Footer.
No, footer.
Floating or footer.
It's footer. Okay, so now what I need to do here, somehow I need to divide my project into a different part. So here, that will be the first part. We agree that it will be the title. Here, it will be the navigation bar. Here, it will be the main content. Here, it will be more links. And here, it will be sidebar. And here, I will have a footer. So as you can see, I've divided my website into 4 or 5 or 6 different parts. Now, each part, we call it user story. How? Well, now, I need to imagine myself as a user. Okay, I need to imagine myself as a user. So when I'm writing the backlog or the user story. So how can I write them? Well, let's go back to here and let's click on the backlog. And if you go to the backlog here, you already have some template here. So what I need to do here, I need to stick with this template here. I need to say, as a user, I want to see what? So what was the first part of my website? As a user, I want to see what was the first part?
Navigation?
No, before navigation.
The
title.
Title. Navigation,
title.
but that was not title.
No, it was title. The first part we agree it will be title here. This one.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we have navigation.
Title
so
and
what,
logo. Logo, huh?
Yes, but we'll just name it title for now. It's okay. So what should I do here? Well, what I need to do here, let me write here. So I can just say this way. Click. We'll do that. And here I can just say as a user. I want to see, what do I want to see? I want to see the title of the website. Voila. So that's my user story number 1. So and now I need to do the same. As a user, I want to see the navigation bar. As a user, I want to see what was the second one? The main content here. As a user, I want to see more link related to trees. As a user, I want to see the sidebar. As a user, I want to see here's the footer. And the way here, I just need to use the same syntax here. Okay, fine. Now I've defined my first user story, but when my user story, it will be completed. So I will come here, I'll make some space. When this user story, it will be completed. So as a user, I want to see the title of the website. When this user story, it will be completed.
When I complete footer, my footer.
No. That's my user story. My user story, as a user, I want to see the title of the website. When this user story, it will be completed. When I have a title on my website, when I create the title, then this user story, it will be finished. Do you understand what I mean? So now I'm saying my user story here, it's this title here, all about trees. Well, when I come to here and I code this one, where's my index? When I come here and I code this one and add title, let's say this is my title, all about trees. So when I write this one here, I write the title and I add the logo, then the user story, it will be done. Do you understand what I'm saying again?
Yes.
Yes.
So again, for user, for the backlog here, as a backlog, I will need to divide my website into different parts. And of course, each part here, it will be done when I finish coding it. So when I have a title of the website, I already created my title, I have everything, then it will be finished here. So let's just keep it simple for now. I'll keep it very simple. So that's the first user story. And the second user story here, I told you I need a navigation bar. Same idea as a user. I want to see the navigation. I want to see a navigation. Or I want to navigate. I want to navigate the website. So if I want to navigate the website, that means I need a navigation bar, right? Voila, and so on. I just need to create my user story, all of them here. That's simply what we call user story. Now, when I gather all the user stories here, it will be what we call the backlog. The user story have different type. We have must-have. That means I need to, for example, here, do I need the title here? If I want to reverse engineering or create this website, do I need the title? Is the title must or not? If I want to copy this website, is the title is a must or not?
Actually, not really.
Are you sure?
No,
Again,
No,
it's a must, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Again, just listen to the question. If I want to duplicate this website, I make exactly. So my boss came to me and asked me, okay, I want you to create exactly like this website. I come to create this website.
If you want exactly, yeah.
It's important.
So it's very important. If I'm gonna do this, the title is very important. That's the reason why I will include it in must-have. So my website, it will not be completed if I don't have a title. It will not be completed if I don't have a navigation bar. It will not be completed if I don't have main content. It will not be completed if I don't have more links. It will not completed if I don't have a sidebar. It will not completed if I don't have a footer. So that's the reason why we call this user story, we call them must-have. That means to duplicate the website, I need to have those. Now we have some things, then should have, could have. What are those? Well, after I finish must-have, so let's say I finish all of that, and after that I have a good idea, and I say, okay, fine. What if I want to make, let's say, this navigation bar quite smoother, nicer, better? I want to add more CSS, or maybe I want to add more HTML, or I want to add a new feature. Well, if that's the case, then I can add it here in should have. That means when I'm done with those, then I will be moving to this one here. It will be nice to have this extra feature. Could have also, it will be, really nice to have them. So the order here does matter as well. Must have, that means I need to finish all of those. Should have, if I have time, I finish all must have, it would be a good idea to add them. Not bad. Could have, it will be some extra feature. If I have time and I finish must have, I should have, then it will be okay to move to could have. The order does matter. It's very important again. For you, it's the most important thing, your requirement to finish the must-have user story. So I need to finish all must-have. I need to have a title. I need to have navigation bar. I need to have main content. But let's say I finish everything and I still have time. Well, maybe I am thinking to add more, a little bit more feature. Maybe I don't like the background. I don't like this one. I want to add maybe something else. I don't want to add one main content. I want to add more text. I don't want just to add Twitter here like that as a footer. I want to add something else. So as you can see here, what we are seeing here, it will be the must-have user story. But what if I finish them, I still have time? Well, I can add more user story. And in this case here, I can add them to should have and could have. Clear or not?
Yeah,
Yes?
it's clear.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Good. After I'm done with this backlog here, I need to design my website. And to design my website, we have a click here. So we have something called design. And if you click on it, it will take you to Excalibur. So this guy I'm using all the time. And here you should create a simple sketch for your website. It doesn't have to be very professional. You can just make it as simple as it is for now. What do I mean by that? Well, I come to my website. Where is my website? What do I need here? Well, I will need a logo, and then I will need a title. So what I can do, Excalibur, I can come here. Okay, that's my web page. I just have one page, right? So I can just do it this way. And after that, of course, I will need a title. So I can add this one as a title like that. I can just click and add title. It doesn't have to be the same title. I just, as you can see, it's simple sketch for my website. And after that, I will need two logos. So logo here, and I will need another logo. So let me duplicate this guy. Voila. And here I can just say logo, for example. I can make it a little bit bigger. And same idea here. Logo, as you can see. Voila. So I've done this one, then I come again. What do I need here? Well, I need a navigation bar. So what I can do here, I can come here and I can create this one here, and I just say navigation bar. Nav bar. Okay, fine. After that, what do I need? Well, I need the main content here. I will need more link, and I will need a sidebar. So in order to do so, I'll come here and I can do that. That will be my main content. Click. And I can just say main content. And I need sidebar, of course. You can create sidebar like that. Side. Okay, sidebar. Why you are not typing? Yeah, sidebar. It looks like it's typing, but the color is, let's make it something like that. Voila. Okay, that sidebar, fine. After that, what do I need after the sidebar? I need more links, because still I have more links, so I can add my more links here. And the last, I need footer. Voila, something like that. And I can name this one footer. And here it will be more links. So that it will be a simple sketch here for my website, how my website look like. And of course, after that, when I'm done with this one, I can save it here. And when I try to save to or extract here, or when I'm trying to download it, I can make it PDF, or I can just make a screenshot of it. So that's simply that will be my sketch here, or it will be the design of my website. Is the idea clear?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Good. After I'm done with that, okay, where are my steps? Okay, after I'm done with that here, I've done the backlog, I've done the design. Now I have development strategy. What is the development strategy? Well, let's go and see what's the development strategy. So in the development strategy, remember something in development strategy, we only add must-have user stories, so only those here. We don't add should have and could have. We only add the must-have user story. So let me click on this development strategy and click on this one. You also, as you can see here, you will have some template here. And what you need to do here, okay, what are the different steps I need to do to create my project? So what was my project name? It was all about trees. First, all about trees. So all about trees, like that. To set up my repo, what did I do to set up my repo? So if you remember in the issue, all you have to do here, you need to mention the logical step you need to do. So first, what did I do to set up my repo? I created a new repo from the template. What did I do after that? I added my collaborator, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so I will add, how did I set up my repo? I will add all the steps I did. After that, I will come to the first user story. What was the first user story? What was the first user story?
To add the title.
Yes, very good. So what I need to do here, I need to open my backlog like that. So what was my first user story? It's create a title. Well, that's very good. So after let me just delete this one here just to make it a little bit clear. So all the time, the first step here, it will be setup. Setup, that means how did I set up my repo? You need to mention here all the steps you did to set up your repo. After that here, I can just name it here, title. Okay, to create the title, what will I need? What I will need to create the title?
What do you mean? That's it.
Need the image and the title information.
Very good. Okay, so I will need HTML and I will need CSS, right?
Yeah.
To create this title here, any title here, I will need an HTML. What is it? Here, if I click on it and I go to inspect, well, as you can see, the title is just simply some HTML and CSS. So this guy here, and I need this image, of course, so HTML and CSS, that's it. So what I need to do here, I will go here, title, voila. Now this issue, I should start this one here. I can just say this user story, develop, that means coded, developed on a branch. So here I need to mention the name of the branch. Maybe I can name it title, for example. And the name of the branch must be exactly like in your in your GitHub. So I need this user story develop on a branch title. Okay, that's fine. After that here, what should I say? I can say this branch is being merged with main. Of course, not now, later on here. So the first thing I need to start here, I need to say this user story is developed on which branch. I need to mention the name of the branch. Then I say this branch is being merged with main when it is done. So when I'm done with it, I will need to merge it with main or the main branch here, which is okay. Okay, how many parts do I need for this title here to finish? Well, I need 2 parts. I need HTML and I need CSS. So first, let's go to the HTML. What do I need for this title here? What different element I need for this title? So let's go here. What different element? You have the code. Of course, you can search for it. So I will need, I need to add a header tag. And after that, I need to add H1. And I need to add 2 images, right? So I can describe this step here in the HTML part. I can just say, add header tag. The first step, I need to add the header tag. After I had the header tag, what should I do? Well, I need to add
the image.
I need to add an image with, or I just need to add image tag like that. After that, I need to add H1, and then I need to add a second image, add a second img, which will be the logo. Okay, now I've described what different element I need for my HTML. What CSS do I need? What's the CSS I need? Well, we don't know. We don't know. What we need to do here, we need to go to the code to know. So what I can do, of course, you already have the code for you. So I'm going to give you the code already. Let me show you here. Let's go back to the code so we can see it. I need a style. Voila, let's go just to test. Click. Voila. So what I need to do here, I need first to open my index.html, and then I need to open my CSS. Voila. Okay, now if I come here to my HTML, that's what I want here, as you can see. So that will be my title. It will be, as you can see, I will have a header tag, and this header tag has a class called centered item. Then I will have an image with class bouncy image, and then of course I have a source and alt, and after that I will have h1. So what I need to do here, I need now to look inside my CSS for this class, and see if there is any style being applied to h1 or image or header. So why? Because I will need this CSS for this part here. So I will look for the CSS which will apply only on this part here. So let's try to find it. Do I have a class called centered item? Well,
Yes.
you can search for it and you will find centered item. It's here. So what I need to do here, voila, I can now move it to the top. You don't have to move it to the top, but just to show you. Okay, that's this image belongs to this guy. Okay, that's mean when I add this HTML, also I need to add this CSS because they are related. Bouncy image, where is my bouncy image? I need to look for my bouncy image. So bouncy image, I don't see any bouncy image. Do you see any?
Yes, it's the downside. I already seen it. The keyframes.
So that's bouncy image. So what I need to do here, I need to take this one, and as you can see, bouncy image hover. So I need to copy these two. I will need these two as well. Why? Because as you can see, let's make some space. So as you can see, this class here, bouncy image, I will need it. And also hover, it's just when I hover over it, it will give me this effect here. The animation also I will need it. Why? Because when I hover over the image, there is some animation is happening. So this animation, I will need it as well. So I need to copy this animation because also it belongs to the title. And I need to put it here. So as you can see, what I'm doing here, I'm just searching for the CSS, which will be related to my title only. And I will only add the CSS related to my title. So what different CSS I need to add? Well, I need to add some styling for centered item class, then bouncy image hover, and I need to add some bounce animation. So I can come here and I can say, well, let me copy this class. And I can go now to my, where is it? My planning. I will go to development strategy. And now here is the CSS. What should I add? Well, what I need to do, I need to add style for which class? What was the name of the class?
Centered item.
Yes, centered item, true. What was the second one I needed to add? Which will be here, bouncy image. I also need to add some style, so add style to class. Class here, what was the name of the class? It was bouncy image. After that, what should I add also? I need to add animation, right? There was animation which is called bounce. Add animation, which is called bounce, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, what I'm doing here now, when I created the branch, when I create my branch, I will only add the HTML belong to the title. That means I will only add this part here, only. And after I add the HTML, also I will add only the CSS related to this one here. So I will not add the CSS related to navigation bar or this one in my branch. No, I will only add the CSS related to the title. And now after I define my title, now I can come and define what was the second step here, title. It was navigation bar, right? So I can just say navbar and navbar, voila, navbar. The same idea, navbar, it will be here, and I need to say this user story developed on a branch called navbar. Of course, I will name it navbar now. Click here, voila. And here's, of course, it will not be title, it will be navbar. After that here, I will need also two parts. I will need HTML and CSS. Later on, we will have JavaScript as well. It's 2 or 3. There are 3 actually. Voila. So let's make it 3. Okay. What HTML do I need for the navigation bar? To go here. Well, I need this part here. Voila. I will describe it as well. I will just say add nav tag with a class bottom divider. Then add a div with class specified item. You can mention here the name of the class also in your HTML. It's okay. So here you can mention in your HTML the name of the class as well. And here you just add 3 hyperlink tags here, so on. So I need just to divide it this way. And then, of course, I need to add my CSS after that. So I will say, what CSS do I need for my navigation bar? Well, probably I will need to add the style for this class and for this class. Is the idea clear?
Yes.
So that's what we call development strategy. As you can see in the development strategy, what we are really doing here, we are just dividing our website into smaller parts. So header was one part, navigation was one part. Then we have summary, it was one part, extra info, it was one part, main info, it was one part. And then I have the footer. So I've just divided my website into different parts. And now I need to divide my style as well. So my style here, depending on where the class is being used, I need to divide it into different parts. Remember here, this title, if I go back to the title again, I only should add the HTML responsible for the title and the CSS related to the title only. I should not add any other CSS. When I'm doing that for the footer, I should add only the HTML belong to the footer and only the CSS belong to the footer. And all of those header navigation bar should be done in different branches. Yes?
Yes.
So yeah, after I've done with my development strategy, which will be a guideline here, it does not have to be very detailed. So you can write a general one, and after that, when you code, something may change. So for example, I will say I will add a header tag, and after that, I discover that it didn't work header tag. I can change my plan, it's fine. So Agile is very flexible. That means I was planning to do something, and after that, it did not work. Updating it, it's fine. Actually, so I can go around it and then I can update my development strategy. That's part of being Agile. Okay, after I'm done with my development strategy, then I will start now. I've created all the issue I need. So of course, I create development strategies. We finish the planning, then I will create different issue. Let's say title, I assign it to Catherine. Then let's say navigation bar, I assign it to Sajid. Then let's say the main content I assign it to Sam, and after that, let's say the sidebar I assign it to Susanna, and the footer I assign it to Antoine, and so on. So after I assign all the issue, all these tickets to my different colleagues, we will start now developing. That means we'll start coding. Of course, you're not gonna code, you already have the HTML and CSS, but you need to add your part. Remember only to add your part, only the HTML and CSS related to your ticket. And here, after you finish your project, after all of you finish the project, then you will add what we call retrospective. So this is number 10 retrospective. It will be at the end of the project. So at the end of the project, you will create a new branch, and then you will go and fill what we call the retrospective. What do I mean by retrospective? Well, the retrospective is, if I click on the retrospective here, it will be just answering this question here. Okay, what do you think? Yes, is there any question? Question? Okay, so retrospective here, it will be what did you learn from the project? What you should stop doing. For example, we should stop, I don't know, maybe discussing, I don't know. So you will just here discover what should you not do, stop doing, maybe wasting time or something like that. What did you find while doing this project? It was good for the team. What's continue doing? What you should start doing, for example. What did you learn from the project? What part of your plan went well? So here, what was the part of the plan? Guys, one of you, his mic is open, please. Okay, so what part of your planning, your development strategy worked well? What part did not work well? What do you need to add to your development strategy next time? What do you think you need to remove from the development strategy? So retrospective is very important. It's like a summary what you learned during building this project. Why? Because if you know what was good for you, what was not good for you, it will help you next time when building another project. So it will be like a summary for you in order to learn. Is the idea clear? Yes? No?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So that's simply what we called development strategies. That's what we mean planning a project. And for today and tomorrow, I will give you time to do all about trees. Of course, all the steps are here. The template is here. Please create a template on your class repo. Please name it the same name I am using it, which is, what was the name? So named group 1, all about trees, like that. Just give it the same name. Yeah, and you can do the same step we did for the project. It will be very good for you to learn how to plan for the project. Take your time. It's not about the code. I will share the HTML, the CSS, and also the image for you. But because the objective for this week is to teach you how to plan your project. Take your time, think of it, discuss about it, listen to your colleague, and try to learn. Yep, that should be okay, I think. I will share, let me share the code with you on Slack. So that's the HTML part. Voila. And that's the CSS part. Voila. And I will share the image with you as well. Okay, guys, is it clear what you have to do?
Yes.
More or less.
I have a question. I don't understand how many branches we need to have. Everyone need to have own branch or we need group branch.
Well, how many branch do you need depending on your project? So let's go here. How many branch do I need? Well, as you can see, if I go to the planning first, well, for the project, for the backlog, I need one branch. Communication, I need one branch. Constraint, I will need one branch. Design, I need one branch. Development strategy, one branch. Retrospective, that will be at the end of the project, I will need a branch. User persona, I will need a branch. After I finish with those, then I will come to my code, depending on my development here. Depending on my development strategy here, it will tell me also we are discussing how many branch we need for coding. So you will need a branch for each part of the planning, and also here, depending on your development strategy, you also need other branch for part of coding. Is it clear, Victoria?
Is it one branch for one group when we can discuss and
you need to discuss in your group. So on your group here is not one branch for each group, no. So in your group, first you need to do the planning all together. You need to be together. And for the planning here, first, as I told you, for each part here, you need a new branch. For each part of this one, you need a new branch. And after that, when you finish, we will do the development strategy together. And you need to mention in the development strategy how many branches do you need for the code part. So you will have a branch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 branches. And also for the code now, how many branches? I don't know, 5, 6, like that. The total, it will be like 16 or 17 branches, something like that. Yes?
So in a group, if you have, like, for example, you have 4 and you have to make 7 branches, so you divide it within the group to each branches.
You are not dividing the group. You are not dividing the group.
No, what I mean is that I'm talking about the branches. You need to give each person like 2 branches. You need to create 2 branches each person. So because we are going to work with each of these branches, right?
No. Guys, first you will gather. So when you create your repo, you clone your repo, you have something like that. First, you will create a branch, I told you. So if I go back here to these steps, you just need to follow these steps, that's it. If I go home, and if I go to Agile Development, if I go to Lesson Plan, you just need to follow these steps here. Just need to follow these steps. So I will create my repo, then project definition, it need to be on one branch. And you need to do the project planning together. One of you coding and the other discussing. So all of you need to work on the planning part. After you finish the planning part, everything, you finish the development strategy, you finish everything, Then you can create an issue, and then you can divide your project to title, blah, 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 and then assign it to different colleagues. But everything related to the planning must be done as a group. You understand now what I'm saying?
No.
What? No.
So
What
Sam,
I'm
one of each group, he will make all steps, and the other persons in a group, it will be review how he make it, or because it's not logic all of one in each group, he will make all the steps together in the same time. So
guys, please. I don't know why you're complicating the stuff, honestly.
we
The
didn't
planning.
understand how.
Okay, do you see the planning part? The planning part. Do you see this part here, which is called planning? So what does planning mean? It means the backlog, it means communication, it means constraint, it means design, development strategy, retrospective, user persona. All of this one should be done as a group. That means in my Zoom here, I will have all my group together. One of you can code stuff, write it, create a branch, write it, and the other will be discussing. You cannot all of you create a branch at the same time. It doesn't make sense. So when it's related to the planning, one of you should code and the other should discuss. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Again, when it comes to the planning, this stuff here, one should be coding, one of you, choose one of you, it's fine. It should be creating a branch for everything. So we create a branch for the backlogs, and we will discuss what should we write in backlog, blah, blah. Then we agree one of you typing and doing this stuff. All this part here should be done as a group. That means just one person is writing, creating branches, and the other are just discussing. But when you are writing, we finish the planning here. As you can see, I will have different part. I will have title, I will have navigation part. Then what I can do, I can give the title for one person, a navigation bar for another person, and so on. And when I do that, then now each one can work by himself because those are separate different tickets. So the title is different one, the navigation bar is different one, but the planning here, this one should always done as a group.
So that is what I'm trying to say. So the planning, one someone have to write, and one person have to discuss, like that. Now, so when we are making the branch, the what you call it again? The title, the header, the offset, we need to share it within the group, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, why you want to share it?
But what I understood is that we do the planning all together, right?
Well,
But
yes,
when we start to work,
it will be written here. It will be written here. So yes, you need to write the name of the branches. Yes. You need to. So when you've done all of this one together, you also agree on writing development strategy. When you write the development strategy, you should write here the name of the branches. Now, let's say after I finish the development strategy, I will say, Jack, please do the title. So Jack was going to do here, we'll come to the development strategy. We all gonna use the development strategy because that's the plan we did it. That's the plan we agree on it. So Jackie will come here, okay, I need to create a branch, he will name it title. Okay, I need to add the HTML, I need to add this one, blah, blah. I need to add CSS, and after that, he will run the code quality check, add his code, commit his code, and push it. Clear again? Yes, no?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
Sam.
Okay. So I will leave you now. What time is it? Should be enough. I've taken a lot of time talking. So does it mean that we have to make each part individually and it has to be made by one person? No, no. No, the planning must be done as a group. All of you should work on it. One person typing and the other discussing. But when you are finished, when you finished everything in planning, you will have a development strategy. And when you have the development strategy, you need to take this title here. You need to make a ticket now. You need to make issue for the title. And here you will have two type of issue. It will be not one for the HTML, one for the CSS. And you will assign both of them. So I assign the title for Jack. I need to assign the HTML and the CSS, both of them on Jack. So Jack will do this whole user story here, title. And Jack can now work by himself. It's okay. But first, the planning here should be done as a group. And after that, when we come to coding, now we can work individually. Yeah. So when it comes to coding, we work individually, but when it comes to plan everything, we do it together. It's one mind. Yes, one person will be writing this stuff, and the other will be discussing and telling him, do that, try that, try that, try that. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm gonna divide you into 4 groups. Roman, you are in group 4. I'll divide you in 4 different groups, and your job here for today and tomorrow, try to recreate reverse engineering all about trees. Take your time. Do not write resist one. Think about it, discuss about everything before you do anything. The planning is quite important. So, okay. I will be going from one room to one room anyway.
We do not have a break, Sam, today?
Just a second. Just a second. Do you want to break?
If you can, just 5 minutes or something.
Fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's take a break, 10 until 11:10. 20-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll join our group, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sam.